it's Michelle Patterson here, and this is a new series that I think I'm going to call Reload, where I'm going to be talking about things that hopefully will make you stop, think, give you food for thought, where you can reevaluate where you are and maybe break up some of the monotonous energy that you have going on in your life. Now, I will be doing this by sharing my own personal experiences, by sharing my own observations. They're only being presented as one opinion. If you disagree, that does not make us enemies. It does not mean that we have to start a fight, okay? So I just want to put that out there. Now, if you're coming to this video and you're one of my regular Angel Souls viewers, okay, I just want you to know this is going to be a very different type of video. We're not necessarily going to be talking about angels. We're not necessarily, well, we're not going to be doing a reading. We might not even necessarily be talking about anything spiritual per se, but we are going to be looking at, okay, where are we now? What kind of behaviors have we allowed ourselves to get into? You know, this sort of thing, okay? It's more about, again, food for thought, taking pause, looking at how we approach things. Now, if you're coming to this video and you somehow found me and you're not really a spiritual person, you just found me, you should know that I am a spiritual counselor, and that's what I typically do. And again, this is going to be a very different kind of video. And I'm not sure if I mentioned already, but I will not be holding back on my language. I will be using colorful language. And if you are somebody who says, oh my gosh, that puts an energy around it, I can't listen to that, I respect that. You don't have to watch the series. The other videos are still there for you. But I want to put that out there, especially for parents who allow their children to watch my videos, which I know I have a very wide younger audience. Even babies love to watch the angel videos, and I think that is amazing. This is a little bit different, okay? This is more geared towards the 18 and over, okay? So again, we're not going to be talking about anything like super scandalous, I don't think. But again, I'm always of a different opinion, and that's why I'm doing these videos, because I am not easily swayed into what everybody believes, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a rebel or anything like that, but I don't really go with the herd mentality so much. So let's get started here. First topic, let's talk about being a minion. Okay, yeah. And now again, I don't know what kind of audience this is going to attract, so I'm going to kind of speak broadly here. Forgive if it's kind of like all over the place, but we'll work it out as we make more and more videos. But one of the things that I've observed in the work that I do is that, when I started my YouTube channel, people flocked. They flocked to me. Now, this is not unusual on YouTube, especially for spiritual channels. Like, you may not get a whole lot of subscribers, but you will get very loyal subscribers for the most part. So, if you're new and you're starting a spiritual channel, like, everybody flocks to you because they want to know what new piece of wisdom you have to offer. Or, people we do love. I think some people consider it entertainment. Some people think that it's a necessity to go to readers and get their future predicted or what have you. But what I experienced as a YouTuber, especially with a spiritual channel, was that suddenly I had this onslaught of energetic vampires. Okay, people are just coming to me and like needing my attention when the channel started to get really popular. And sometimes, I mean, shoot, it depends on the video, but I would have like over 600 comments on one video, and people would get angry that I did not answer every single one of those. Okay, holding your sort of spiritual teacher on a pedestal. Okay, so people would often think that I've got life all figured out. You'll see through this that I don't. And it's meant to be funny. I hope you laugh, because again, I think that's part of life, is laughter, right? And being able to, another thing I want to just put in here for you to take away from these videos is that maybe you can laugh at your life a little bit more as well. But what I really saw was, people jumping to conclusions about who I was and expecting me to make them feel good. Okay. As soon as I started feeling people getting worshipy with me, I would come out with honesty. And again, if you guys have followed Angel Souls for a while, I'd be like, hey, I'm having a hard time with my living situation. Hey, this just happened to me. Hey, whatever. I would let you know, hey, I'm still human. Don't give your power away like that. Okay, I'm here for you. I love you. I do. And if you're like, oh God, again, you're coming from like the non-spiritual side of things, it's okay for one human to love another human, whether you know them or not. Okay, I think there could be some peace in the world if we all kind of came from that perspective. Just saying, or at least try a little bit. So I would get a lot of interesting responses when I reminded people that I was human. Oh, now you're showing your true colors. I was never fake. You'll see again through this series, I'm never fake. Or, you know, people will be like, you're so disappointing. Or my favorite, oh my gosh, all those bad things are happening to you because you have bad karma, you know. And, you know, people taking this sort of very rudimentary approach to the law of attraction and wanting to just, I think there's just this want to figure out life. And so as soon as we get a quick answer, we feel better about ourselves. And in some cases, people might even go so far as to stop learning. Oh, I figured it out. Oh, that's not how it is. Why is this problematic? First of all, you know, there's taking your own power away, but then there is separation with other people because maybe they don't believe the way that you do. And if you get too set in this is how it is, like you're already out of your wisdom. You already messed it up. No, I'm just kidding. You haven't messed it up, but you're already out of your wisdom, okay? And you're coming into this very disempowered energy, all right? Everything that is put before you is for your consideration. So again, if you're a non-spiritual person, you're coming to this and you're a skeptic, I applaud you. I applaud you. You should always have healthy skepticism. And you know, you don't really want to take every other human's word as the word. I mean, you know, unless Jesus is standing in front of me. Okay, fine. Jesus to me personally is a different story. I believe you, Jesus. But if, you know, especially when it comes to like YouTubers, all right, we're just here to connect with you. We're just here to offer what, you know, what perspective we have. The rest is up to you. Okay. So talking about the energetic vampires for just a second, you know, there have been times where I have observed some very disturbing things from, I'm assuming these people are in the spiritual community. I don't really know who they are, but yeah, I remember in March, I posted a couple of videos where I was getting getting raw with them. I was getting very honest. And, you know, some people put that as like, oh my gosh, good for you, Michelle, for scolding your audience. I didn't mean to scold anybody. Like, that wasn't what I was trying to do. And others went full on attack. Did it hurt my feelings? Yeah, it hurt my feelings. I was like, I thought you got me. I thought we got each other. Oh, you know, so I had that moment. But the first video I put up, I didn't lose that many subscribers. It was only about 14 subscribers. The following week, when I tried to discuss some of the feedback and tried to have this kind of discussion, people went on full-blown attack. Okay, to the point where they were trying to destroy my channel. And a lot of you don't know that, but people were attacking me as a person. They were attacking my business. And to some extent, they won. They won. I had, you know, financially, I had a very tough month, you know, the whole thing. And it was because I tried to speak up and speak my truth. And people didn't like that. We don't like when people are blowing the fog that we so carefully constructed around ourselves. And, you know, seeing me as the big bad wolf because, you know, I made them look at themselves. So what I'm getting at here is, where does that come from? Where does that fear, like the need to attack? If you are not contributing to my, and I'm going to use the word delusion because for some people it is a delusion. If you're not contributing to my delusion, then you are my enemy. Again, I'm going to put this out there because you might have people around you who do that to you. Okay, and again, this whole series is going to be me sharing my personal experiences for you to hopefully relate to. Hopefully there's some incident in your life where you're like, you know what? I've done that too. Like, I tried to speak up at work and, you know, I got attacked, or because people saw me as a troublemaker. But I want to offer this, if you are one of those people. The troublemakers, the ones who go against the grain, are often the ones who affect change. And, you know, don't be afraid of a pioneering spirit. Now, if you are on the other side of the coin, and again, this video is not to make anybody feel bad or feel guilty or whatever, but I would ask you to consider, how much stock do you put in another person to guide you? Now, there is a value in what we do. you know, to help you gain, like we said before, gain that fresh perspective too, because you get numb to things within yourself. And if somebody can be a reflection for you and help you see things in a new way, that could be very inspiring. That can really open things up for you. But that's all it's meant to be. If you're coming to somebody else, reaching outside of yourself for validation, reaching outside of yourself for comfort, I've done it. I still do it from time to time. I am not perfect. Have I made that clear yet? I am not perfect, okay? But I want to be here, and I want to do what I can to help make the world a better place. Yes, I said it. Okay. Cliches? Perhaps. But, but you know, how much of your power are you giving away to someone else? You'll know that you've given your power away. And I started off this video talking about minions, right? If you're getting too worshipy and anything that person says, you'll just go along with. And you're not having that healthy self-dialogue. You know what I mean? Like, do I agree with that? Now, again, this isn't to invite you to go the opposite way and start attacking that person because you disagree with them. But watch, again, there's like a sensitive thing here where we're like, you know, asking you what, okay, so people who haven't seen my channel before, I have to speak in terms of we because I am an angel medium. If you think that's weird, that's fine. Got to watch my channel, okay? Like, you'll get it. But, you know, so I do speak in terms of we. But, you know, when we talk about messages for people from spirit or whatever, trying to get you to do, is to find the love within. We talk about that all the time. Again, that has become cliche. But a lot of people are not doing it. Again, where they're feeling threatened. Do you feel threatened? Okay? Do you feel like someone is about to pull the cozy blanket off of you if they start speaking the truth? And if that is the case, why? What are you afraid to face? I'm there with you. I had a very rough childhood. Yeah, I've always kind of been treated as like the outsider. The one that people will kind of stand away from because don't know what's going to come out of her mouth next, right? And so I've gotten very comfortable in my strength for being out in the cold sometimes. And it's odd, and this is why I'm offering this as a perspective, because I come from that space. Why are you afraid to look at the truth? You know, it might seem like you might get sucked into some like horrible vortex, right, of negativity if you look at something. But really, you're denying yourself some bit of growth if you don't. Okay? So I want to give this example too. I was going to leave this out. I remember when I started Angel Souls, I had a Facebook page where anybody could post anything. I have since turned it into a more professional page. Part of that was because I was getting weird things from Facebook saying that I needed to do it. So I was like, oh, I got to do this. And then I'm seeing other people are still having their communities there. But I was actually quite relieved when I switched my Facebook page over to a business page, because I personally was getting inundated with just like, oh my gosh, it was like the stuff that I was trying to reach my audience with, it was getting buried in everybody else's stuff. And I started to notice that, I mean, there were certain people that it's like they expected me to be there reading their comments and responding to their posts 24/7. There are a lot of those people out there who knows, I mean, that could be a very long video. Where are they coming from? Where are you coming from? You know, if you're just seeing it as like fun entertainment, like, haha, look at this funny thing, you know, okay, fine. But I mean, there were a lot of people that I started to feel responsible for their happiness, because all they did all day was post stuff on my Facebook page and wanted people to respond to them. They wanted that connection. They wanted to feel the community. And that's all well and good. But some people were taking it too far. And this is what we're really trying to address today, where they couldn't find happiness within themselves. They needed to keep reaching out to other people. Okay? Now, again, some of you might be sitting there going, huh, what? Because I don't want to make this video too long. But the bottom line here is, how much of your power are you giving away? Are you getting worshipy with certain people? And again, YouTube is a big resource right now. It's a huge resource. And again, as somebody, and I can speak to this as a YouTuber and somebody who has a spiritual business, I have actually, because I say things like this, I think I mentioned this, touched on this before, but because I'm out here saying these things, you know, other YouTubers will back away from me. They won't touch me. And when I do have some interaction with them, it's usually very awkward. It's sort of like, because I can just feel that they don't believe in the approach that I'm taking. And that's okay. Again, like, I'm not one of those people that needs other people to approve of me to feel good about myself and to feel good about the work that I'm doing. But even so, like that, I mean, that problem ricochets right into the people who are providing the information to you. In some cases, not everybody, where they maybe they themselves need that validation, right? They need people to like them. They need to feel popular. So it's not just you as a viewer, but it affects everybody. Okay, so get your empowerment back. All right, do a little evaluating, I suppose, and I'll see you in the next reload video. Take care.